My name's Paul Denny, I'm a conveyancer. Have been for 41 years now, so I've learned a lot. What I wanted to talk about this morning was why it's so important that a contract be looked at by a conveyancer if someone is contemplating buying a property. And the reason is this. The property itself is really important to know the characteristics of the property. Sometimes we'll look at a contract and, for instance, we may spot that there's a sewer main going through the middle of the backyard. Well, that will immediately stop someone buying the property if they were contemplating putting a pool in, for example. So we're looking for things like that before the deal progresses any further. The other aspect is the actual conditions of the contract. The reality is there is no such thing as a standard contract. Well, there is, but in addition to the standard clauses of a contract, a whole set of additional provisions which whoever has authored that contract has decided to put in, which either alter the standard conditions or introduce new ones. Now, bearing in mind that the person who did the authoring of that is acting for the vendor, they're hardly likely to be beneficial to the purchaser. In fact, sometimes quite the opposite. So the reason why we would look at a contract before exchanging and before even making an offer, in fact, is to identify what those issues may be so they can be negotiated out of the contract. Some of the things I'm talking about are often there might be a condition in there where if settlement is late, there's interest charged. Well, a fair rate would be 6, maybe 8%. Sometimes 12% is mentioned. Now that's a fair old penalty if something goes wrong at the last minute, so we would negotiate that down. Other issues that come up are the deposit being released to the vendor so they can trot off and use the purchaser's money to buy another property themselves. Again, we're not terribly comfortable about that. Sometimes it's okay, but it shouldn't be just agreed to without any question about what the security of the vendor is, or etc. Other things that often come up are particular clauses about bringing settlement forward, which may or may not be suitable. All sorts of things. So what we do at Paul Denny Conveyancing is we offer a complimentary review of the contract before deciding to go any further with the purchase. That works by the contract being emailed to us as a PDF. We would then review it, provide a short report on the contract and discuss it with you. It's also an opportunity to talk about what other inspections should be made, such as a building and pest report, maybe a strata report if it's a strata title, and talk about that. So all these things are preliminary to actually going ahead and purchasing a property. I know lots of situations where people have bought without had the contract looked at, and they've been caught for many thousands of dollars. Very well worth time.